Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Urban Hermit Podcast. Cameron Jones here, along with my co-host,
Mark Nussle.
Jordan Jones.
And today my dog Luke is joining me. So if you hear some rustling or some stuff in the background,
it's funny. All I can see is just a tail from the bottom part of the screen.
There's no dog there. Cameron's just working on his voice work. Oh, my dog's here. No, it's just, you're just messing with us.
So just question
who's here? James Earl Jones?
No, it's just a plug I have in. It's like a furry
in the face
thing.
With a baseball bat. You know what's weird?
Dog and a beer.
James Earl Jones might be one of the best impressions I do, and it's not good, but I know it's distinctly a good cadence.
No, it's Godfrey, and we all know that if you've all listened to the Cult Classics
and if you do it back up
Godfrey.
from the mic, because it is aggressive, the Gilbert Godfrey.
You don't have to do it. He's about to do it.
Jordan has a few impressions.
I'm gonna beat you in the face with the. No, I can't.
Okay,
baseball bat.
Nope, this opens up a good category.
I'm Gilbert Godfrey. I haven't done it all.
We're going to go through Jordan. Time out. Slow down, because now we're going to go through the art class of Jordan's impressions.
Okay.
Up first, you were most famous for Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. That was possibly the best one you did, but you've since lost it.
Well, he did it once or twice and then lost it.
I lost it right away. But those twice was really good.
You did it 2 to 4 times, actually pretty accurate to Tom Hardy in the movie. So now with that, can I get your Tom Hardy?
Never recorded.
Well, not your Tom Hardy. Can I get your Bane?
Yeah, I'll give you my Tom Hardy, but it's from that movie Lawless. Hey, why don't you come over here? It's pretty much...
No,
doesn't he kind of do
Billy
Sling
Bob
Blade?
Thornton. Yeah, that's Sling
He
Blade.
kind of does the Sling Blade. Okay, let's see. You never... No, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I'm not ready.
Not ready. It sounded like Barney.
Okay, so that's a fail on
You
Bane.
literally adopted the dark.
Well, that does sound kind of like Barney. Next up, we'll give you your
Nailed
James
my
Earl
Barney.
Jones. Let me say this. You have to do James Earl Jones saying something other than a beer and a hot dog, or I'm going to beat you with a baseball bat. You can't do the two quotes you know.
That. I can't do that.
Okay, so you can only say...
Like a good impressionist, I have my go-to. I'm going to beat you in the face with a baseball bat.
Okay,
This
that's fair.
is CNN. All right, whatever. This is just... Nobody's going to want to listen to this anyway. I'm not good at impressions.
You got a good low end is what it is. You got a good low end.
And then whatever Godfrey is. Gilbert.
And I'm not talking about your ass.
Yeah, no, I don't have an... I'm notoriously badass. It's just not good. Anybody else there?
No, I got a juicy bottom.
What's been going on, boys? March Madness just ended. Jordan,
Well,
did you just
I'll
win
tell you
like
what, it's been rainy nonstop for the past
We're not
few
gonna
weeks.
talk
off and
about
on.
weather, are we?
We're talking about weather already?
Well, I was curious about this. What are your typical shitty weather go-tos? Do you have a movie? Do you have an activity you go to? I know Mark likes to knit. That's not true. I made that up.
I like to stitch, Cameron. That's where you're wrong. I like to stitch.
Famously, our mother
all
goes
those
to the movie
pesky buttons
Storm
you
of
need
the
to get back
Century.
on. I can tell you what changed. Now that I moved back to Iowa, I watched the news.
Ooh,
to tell
this
me where
did get boring
tornadoes are.
quickly.
No, for bad weather. It's all coverage of there's tornadoes around. Let us know.
You're in what do they call that? Tornado Alley?
Tornado Alley.
Hey, turns out Tornado Alley. I don't know what's bigger than an alley. Maybe a freeway, because the whole United States has
tornadoes.
there's tornadoes fucking everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Used to be an alley.
Freeway.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Hey, I got a question for you, and this is just small town news coverage, local weather talk.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you ever feel a little special, even though the implications were there's severe weather, but when you your small town on the something bad,
An
right?
F5
A tornado
towards
watch.
Manchester, Iowa. You're like, fuck yeah.
Fuck
let's go.
yeah,
we made it.
Said our
Manchester's
name,
done
man.
that. Suck it, Dyersville, you stupid bastards.
I mean, to a bigger scale, we do the same thing anytime Iowa's mentioned in a movie. Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I know, but
Even if it's
it's
like
a
in
weird
bad
civic.
light.
Oh yeah, for
We're like,
sure.
They
They are
They said
dipshits.
Des
Look at those boring
Moines.
dipshits. There it is.
But to your point, yeah, I was back home last weekend and we were in a tornado warning and watch when one did touchdown in Manchester, Iowa, and it did make the news. Funny that is this why you mentioned this?
No, you brought up weather. I'm just trying to make talking out of it. I didn't bring up weather.
Also, I watched Twister. Go back and listen to our CCP episode of Twister.
I used to be deathly scared of severe weather when I was a child. I'd pop on the Weather Channel and be like, "Oh God, it's coming."
See, I was always the excited type, but I think that's because our dad was the type that would be like, "Everyone, get down to the basement," and then would go up to the garage and watch.
There is a little bit of excitement that comes with that, right?
Yeah.
Sort of like. Our house could blow away. Oh my God.
I do like basement time, though. Can't go wrong there. I'm like, cool. Yeah.
The sheltering of it, or you just like hanging out in basements?
I like hanging in basements.
Well, the sheltering of it. Maybe you bring a deck of
temperature-wise.
cards. You're kind of all like huddled down there as a family.
Have you ever had one serious, like, oh no, we have to like where you were kind of scared, like sheltering away from a storm?
Multiple
I have one
times. In
distinct
Iowa?
one.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I only have one shelter one where I was like, I'm kind of scared right now that it could get here, and then two, a travel one. The one was in school. It was elementary, and there was a tornado that touched down like in a field, like past the school a bit. But here's what made it scary. One of our friends, I won't say his name, but if you remember, had like
initials?
a
Can I hear initials?
I'll tell you after the pod. But
Initials.
AR maybe, but like had a panic attack and was like crying. He'd be like freaking out, like, it's coming this way, and like just got hysteric. So it like worked everybody up. I'm like, is it coming this way? Does he know something?
He's seen some shit. That's what that means.
I'm not joking when I say this. Like our middle school relays, like your 5th grade relays, where the whole grade like does 100-meter.
It's like middle school track stuff. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, but like before you're like really, it's just like within the grade. You're not competing against other schools, right?
Yeah.
So there's a tornado, a funnel cloud.
Recess.
No, it's got some like your parents come and stuff.
Like,
I don't know what
it's like
tickets,
it's organized sports
stuff,
before there's organized. It's
like
like
carnival stuff.
It's like a taste of organized sports before there's organized sports for you. You know.
Sure. Yep.
Anyway, it's a big deal in 5th grade. The whole grade does it. People's parents come and watch, right? That day, there's a funnel cloud in Manchester. We have to go back into the school, and the whole grade goes into like one of the locker rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And some kid, I won't say it because you won't know the kids, but all of a sudden we're all just sitting there, just waiting out for, until we get the clear to go outside. All of a sudden he's sitting there and he goes, "My eyes are burning." And they had to like take him out to the hallway because he needed like consoled or something. And it was like,
you don't want
Jesus.
that guy. That's like the crazy person on the plane. That's just all of a sudden you're like mid-flight.
Yeah.
Well, I've never had that. I do not need that.
Well, have you seen videos online?
I think every flight has that now. I think people lost their shit because of COVID.
Yeah.
I'm scared to fly
I think
now.
I already said this on a podcast, but did I tell you about the little girl on the flight to Jordan's bachelor party? I think it was that flight that just kept screaming, I'm gonna poop my pants.
You got it. I mean,
It's one of my least.
there is a lavatory on
funny,
the plane.
though.
You got to get her there.
Okay, so it was
How old
like
was she?
like 3 or something. It was a little girl. It was her first flight because they were making a big deal about it sitting down. And like
we fly together?
Just say poop
no,
or
maybe
shit.
it wasn't. It might not have been that flight. It might have been something else where I was with Nicole. But the point is, she's like 2 rows in front of me, and the whole time I can hear like the father and daughter getting excited before takeoff. And he's like, "Oh, well, like as soon as we take off, we'll lower the tray again, and we'll watch like a movie or something." But as soon as we start like gaining speed, she just starts going, "Ah, ah, ah," and then it quickly turns to, "I have to poop. You have to let me out. I will poop my pants." And then she screamed that for about 30 minutes. And then we were lucky enough on landing to get the same treatment of, "Oh my God, I will poop if you do not let me out of the chair."
That's when you pop the old AirPods in and play some, I don't know, play whatever you want to play.
It was cutting through, Mark. She was only 2 rows in front of me.
So everything I'm
tough.
about to say is predating however flight etiquette has changed to like the Hunger Games now. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Probably around, I don't know,
People got locked in their
2001.
house. No, that's when it got real. But just as you can see, like maybe social media has highlighted it, but it seems like people are losing their shit on flights and they can't handle themselves anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot lately.
Plus, on the flip side, I think we're all kind of anticipating the collapse of our air system, right? And all these old planes. It's worse than our bridge system. Scary stuff.
I actually don't mind.
Scary stuff.
I think we're all right there, but there was that weird thing with Boeing where they had those like
Crashes,
737
yeah.
Maxes that were like just like bombing out of the air.
Yeah, that was a little
And
alarming.
they tried to hide that for a second. That was crazy.
Controversial issue, but I've been doing some research on the Hindenburg for I'm Not Crazy. I say bring back blimps. What do you think
Hell
about that?
yeah. I'll tell you what.
If you've been
I'm going
doing
to tell you
sign me
something. Most blimps were full of helium. The Germans were just a cocky bunch, and they're like, we deal with hydrogen.
Here's the deal,
It's gonna
though,
be
Cameron.
fine.
Unfortunately, you're thinking bring back luxury blimps.
Yeah,
But what
yeah,
they're
yeah.
going to do is make it the Spirit version of a blimp, and it'll suck.
and that's going to dive bomb.
It'll just be a slower plane ride, and your knees will still be in your chest. It's not gonna be like the luxury blimps. I'm all in. Sure, why
Yeah,
not?
I want a luxury blimp ride. I guess I've just been doing research on an old-timey luxury blimps, and it's the train ride of the
I
sky.
guess it comes
That's
down
my
to
comparison.
would you rather be shot through the air in a tube, like a metal tube with rockets on it, or like just like float by on a balloon.
I guess, yeah, I kind of just want to go on that
balloon.
glass roof train that goes through Colorado. I want the
Everybody
experience of that in air travel where it's just slower and casual.
So I assume based off what
gondola?
Cameron's saying,
Yeah.
oh no, it's just like a luxury, cool open train, very Orient Express, that type of thing. Stranger on the train. The only thing is, I do want that experience, and I'm not a smoker. I have smoked cigarettes in my day, but I want the option to smoke on those. You know,
Yes.
I want to
Well,
feel
on a blimp,
time.
I'm pretty sure that was outlawed for obvious reasons.
just one.
A hydrogen blimps allowing like smoking cigars.
In fact, I know that to be a fact that before you got on the Hindenburg, you had to hand over your lighters.
I bet there's one person's like, that's not going on.
I think
how to start?
I think I'll just go up in the rafters quick and smoke my pipe.
Sure.
Oh, we're
Shoes
about to
off,
land.
belt up, all electronics in the tray, please.
Oh, but one of my favorite things to do prior to the situation of like flight etiquette we're in, I love watching people get annoyed on a plane and look around for other people to be annoyed with. I'm like, guys,
Don't
we're all
you
in the
agree
same.
with me?
Yeah, you don't agree with me? Is this not the worst? It's like, what? Waiting your turn to exit the plane? I fucking love watching people get annoyed and looking for other people to get annoyed with.
Wait,
Do you
but
know
you're
what
not
the
that.
do you want to know the cherry on top of that? Oh, sorry, go on, Mark.
No, you're not the guy who gets like when the plane lands and we're taxiing. You're not the guy who's standing, right?
I'm borderline the guy trying to sneak onto the next flight. That's how late I get off.
I've only
Let
done
them all
it.
go.
I've only done it in one occasion with my wife, but we were literally we had aisle seat and we were kind of near the front. Where I'm like, we can make a break for this. It's like after first class gets off, we might be able to do this.
Did you have a layover?
No, it was
That's
just
the-
like it was just like
then
we
you're
can
just
get
an
off.
asshole.
Yeah, but we did get off quicker than usual. It worked. We were near
I
the
think
front.
if
We
you
were
have a
near the
layover,
front.
it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Cameron, it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, back to Jordan's point though, dude. Do what is nice. That person that is looking for like, come on, guys, right? It's when you make eyes with the other people that are like, this guy, right? You know? Don't you love making like eyes with for those
it's the
people?
guy right next to him. Like, please help me.
Yeah,
That's
like,
the type of
uh-oh.
person that when like a new regime takes over in a hypothetical situation, they are ratting on people so quick to get with the new regime.
What, the person
evil
complaining?
bad-
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They're just gutless, spineless dipshits.
Let me ask.
And if you do this, you're in the wrong.
Let me ask a hypothetical real quick.
Throw it.
Let's say you have a window seat, and somebody asks you to move because they want to sit next to their spouse, girlfriend, son, daughter.
Mhm.
You get a middle seat. You taking the offer?
Yeah.
Okay, as a taller guy, for the
Well,
most
that's 'cause
part,
you're from Manchester, Iowa. You
You
just,
pay it forward.
I'm
It's
so
not the end
sorry.
of the
Oh yeah,
world.
of course.
for the most part, yes, unless it's like the last row and it can't recline, or some circumstances that are clearly this person's getting rid of a worse seat.
Oh, middle seat
I'd s-
sucks so hard though.
I'd say the biggest thing is duration of flight. Overseas, I'm like,
True.
Sorry, fuck
Yeah,
off.
especially
But
if
if it's
I
like
have
a
an aisle
domestic
seat.
flight,
Yeah, if I have an
okay,
aisle seat and
that's
it's a
fair.
long flight, I'm probably not giving that up. I need the leg room. I'm sorry.
full disclosure though, I have extremely short legs for my average height, so like it really doesn't bother me to switch seats.
Jordan just like puts his knees up on the seats in front of him.
Don't mind me. My legs are up on the.
I said I
got
got
short
short legs.
No, I have like pretty short legs, so like it's not. Cameron, you're tall, you got long legs, so maybe it's worse for you. I don't know.
It's not the best. It's not ideal. It's pretty cramped. Going to Mexico in a couple weeks. Thankfully, that's only I think like 4 hours of flight time, so that won't be.
That's
too
not
bad.
even bad.
Super
No.
reasonable to go to another country. Like that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
I think one layover both ways. Try to get direct flight, but just for the.
Do you know
times
what
we're
I'm
looking for-
super not excited about now that I've moved from Chicago, a hub? Now I understand that O'Hare is a shitty place to connect in, but if you live there, it is great to get a one like for
A
the
one
most
way
part
to anywhere, basically.
direct
Yeah.
to fucking anywhere. Now I'm gonna have to either drive to a bigger city or connect every
yep.
time,
Yeah.
which isn't the end of the world, but sucks.
That's a big thing
is.
we take for granted here, for sure. That you don't even really think about, like day to day.
You know what else is awesome? Just take the
teenage
train home. You can take the train home. You can take the train to the airport. You don't got to worry about your car in any way.
That was the best when we were living in the city, especially when I was just like picking up friends and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm right off the line. I'll
Yeah,
just
I'll
go
just-
swing by, get
yeah.
them. Yeah, it was beautiful.
And the vibe of just driving, or taking the train into the city as like
Yeah.
a 21-year-old was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
yeah, it was an adventure. And then,
Yeah.
then we got cars. I'm like, oh, that was dirty.
I do say this though. I
Yeah,
would say
for
for the most part, pay your taxi. But if you go to a big metropolitan
Your taxes?
No, you can pay for a taxi. Pay your taxes.
Do that too.
Do that for sure. If you go to any big city and they have a train that goes to like the city center, fucking take the train. It's super easy. It's normally going to go direct to the center of the city.
Yeah, it's going to be hitting the big hubs that you probably want anyway. True.
Oh, now that construction's going on 90, oh my God. It is
Take
horrible.
the train?
Take the train.
Inside baseball, but the main roadway going into Chicago, it's been full of potholes, and now it's full of cones and just down to one lane because they're
cones.
They're finally getting to it, which is good because driving on that main like elevated highway, the bridges are crumbling. It's pretty terrifying. Like that, I don't know how that roadway is suspended. So
Yeah,
glad they're working on it.
How often are we like making like new trains for the CTA? Like, are those
not
just
often.
still
Mark,
are those
our
the trains from
infrastructure
the
is
80s?
crumbling.
Yeah. When do we change some of the stuff out? Planes,
Tracks or cars? I know they're making
When
I
they pop
left.
off the rails.
They were working on
when
something.
they crash.
They were working on something big around Addison Red Line stop.
He's
I don't
talking
know
the
what the hell's
trains
going on.
themselves. I don't know about stations, but how often they?
Oh,
No,
you
just-
know when you get a new train.
That's
You're like,
true.
Oh my god.
You do, but I want to see more of them.
They're
We're
still,
not seeing
Mark,
a
to your
lot of
point, they're still of that mid 90s design, though. Even the new ones that are popping out, they have that weird
hope so.
bowling alley carpet of like a chair back on them and stuff. You know what I
The
mean?
designer just pisses in the back corner just before it goes out, just to make sure it smells right.
You
Just
gotta have
breaking it in. It's that new car smell.
gotta break
don't
it
want
in.
it. Yeah.
Putting like a baseball
take
mitt under the mattress. Got to
I
break it
don't
in.
think I don't ever think I peed in the train, but I've definitely peed on. Like,
In it? You've peed? No, you have not, you said.
no, I have
I
not
hope
peed
to
like
God you've
in a
not peed in a
cart,
train.
but I've definitely peed like the moment I got outside of a cart in a shadowy area.
You're saying like in the train station?
Yeah.
No, like up top.
Okay, so
like
you've
an
immediately
elevator.
gotten out.
Oh, I've
and
never
peed.
peed up top.
I mean, I've had some embarrassing
I've peed
drunk
down the
public
bottom.
pees within Chicago. Yeah.
Done a lot of alley pees after like Cubs games. I'm like, there's nowhere to go. I gotta pee in the alley.
It's either that or you wait like 40 minutes for the trough.
Oh, you're
No,
done.
that's
yeah.
true. The surprise pee hit me. We were at Rib Fest in Chicago. Surprise pee. It was B, Jordan, and his wife.
no.
And like I'd been drinking pretty heavy. It was for like a food fest, and I didn't eat
Rib
any of
Fest,
the
no?
food.
Rib Fest,
Didn't
yeah.
have any
Ribs.
ribs. I just drank.
That's why
And
you call
then
it a food fest. You had other foods.
we had to walk like, I don't know, 3 blocks to get to where like their house or wherever we were going. And I don't know, I didn't have to pee from the moment we left. And then like, I don't know, a block down, I was like, oh, I'm gonna piss my pants. If I don't do something right now, I'm gonna pee my pants. And I tried to like alert you guys calmly, like, hey, I think I'm gonna run back to the porta potties.
That
And you
does
guys
not
were like,
sound calm.
and you guys were like, what? And then I was just like, I'll be right back. And I just had to like dive in between an alley and the houses and just pee in the darkness. But just out of nowhere, it was a surprise pee, Mark.
Imagine how much just like piss alleys around, like really there are. You know what I mean?
Every-
Just
that's every
drunken
alley.
Asshole. Is that every alley? I think it's centralized around Wrigley, probably more than.
I would say in the history of Wrigley
Oh,
Field.
I was sorry. I was
every-
saying every alley in Wrigley is a piss alley.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct.
And I would also argue that since the inception of Wrigley Field, every alley has been pissed almost
pissed
every
alley.
inch over, you know?
Yeah, inch. Yeah,
St. Patrick's Day alone, I think they probably every year get pretty good coverage.
green
So
piss.
I say this. I know that that's, as a society, like you don't want your alleys to be pissed in. But I think if you make it in the alley, you should never get a ticket. It's like I am out of
I
society.
tried.
Yeah, like I'm not just pissing in somebody's yard. I'm in the alley.
Like if I see someone pissing in my alley, I'm gonna be disappointed, but I'm still gonna like nod, like, all right, man, just hey, thanks. Well,
What do you
not
think
thanks,
about
but-
what do you think about something like this? I think it's in Paris that they have like, I guess because it is a problem of people peeing in public, that they just put a bunch of bushes out that are specifically like, pee on this bush. Just put your wiener in here and pee on it.
just
fine
human
with that.
litter boxes?
I think I'd fine as long as you're like facing the bush. You're not like making a show of
Yeah.
look over here, look over here. Yeah, I'm fine with
Yeah,
pee
I think
Stick
bushes.
my
it's
dick in the bush?
We should. I think we should petition, get a bill going for pee bushes.
Pea bushes.
I think in general,
bad.
when you have to pee in sort of public, you do your best to look around and make sure nobody's there. But it's kind of like when you're a kid, you're like, if they can't see me, if I can't see them, they can't see me. But I don't think that's always true. I think
Jurassic
sometimes
Park,
you
just dope.
I think you.
Cut to Jordan peeing on a barn door that's shut on the top half and wide open on the bottom.
No, I think you're just a little more Michael Myers. Just because your vision's blurred by the bush doesn't mean that everybody can't see you pissing in the open.
Okay.
I think you get a little Michael Myers syndrome. That's just at least my thought.
Also, we were home for Passover this week, and I believe Passover's technically like just happened, or
I think it just started.
yeah, it's
2
just
days
happening
ago.
now. But
How many candles do you light for that one?
Oh, this isn't
Well,
a candle. Well,
just
actually,
kidding,
you do
just
like
People light candles to
I'm
light
just
Elijah.
kidding.
in.
Sorry.
No,
Just
you
one
were-
candle, I think, per family.
You weren't wrong though. You do light a candle,
You do.
and you try to get Elijah in.
Leave the door open for Elijah.
But that's about it. Now we got Easter this week. Are you hiding eggs for your child? Are you doing it this year?
I'm not. I think we'll probably do something.
Is Megan is your wife? I'll be in the living room drinking.
We dyed eggs. Well, you were there, kind of. We dyed
here
eggs,
for a bit of
mom
it.
and dad's, and then we're gonna dye eggs over there. Everything right now is for the picture
Pictures.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all for the picture.
Are you getting,
I'll tell
are
you
you getting
something.
candy for you? He's too young to eat it. but are you
No,
doing
because we'll just eat the candy. I'm sure he'll get something from like extended family, so we'll just eat
that?
that if they give him candy.
nice? That's nice for the
Best.
long.
I would
Best
say you
Easter
s-
candy. What are we thinking?
Reese's you also just get bags
the
of
Reese's
Skittles.
egg is pretty top tier.
I'll
So-
argue that Skittles are just in any
I feel like
holiday because
you
they
do
have the
pastel
bags.
Skittles, like almost like the
Yeah.
tropical, which is less good though.
Is it?
Like,
Like
I
they
don't-
taste the same.
I don't think you get the same variety, but I think you kind of sneakily, and it's definitely not exciting because it's just given to you. You almost get as much candy, if not more, for Easter than you do Halloween as a kid.
Yeah.
You get a lot of
You get
candy
a
for
basket.
Easter.
And not only that, you don't have to work
you don't have
for
to
it,
work
really.
for it.
And the egg is just a separate fun thing you're doing. It's just a fun
Yeah.
scavenger hunt.
But I don't know what the candy's called, but like a
Cadbury- are we
specialty
doing
thing.
Cadbury thing again?
No, we all know how we feel about that.
Okay.
Mark likes the ooey gooey insides, and everybody. No,
I don't-
Cameron likes
I
the ooey.
like it. I like
I
it.
don't like
One
to
at
come
a
shot down
one
my
at a
throat.
time. The Cadbury.
No, it's those little hard shelled eggs, but they're all chocolate filling. What are those called? I really like those.
Just the
I don't- yeah.
just the Hershey's Kisses, but they're just like eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
like
believe
that.
they're also Cadbury brand. It's just
No,
the other
I
kind
don't
of.
know.
No.
There is a Cadbury brand. There's a Crunch brand, or like
Ooh, I do like those
Nestle
crunch
brand.
ones, kind of. I'll tell you what I
the
hate though.
Butterfinger ones.
Do you know what I kind of
Top
hate?
tier.
Just jelly beans in general. They're grainy. They're too sweet. Even Jelly Belly, like they have some good flavors, but I'm just not.
You
I'm
can
not a
you're
jelly
right,
get
bean
away
guy.
you're
with
right.
it with the Starburst jelly beans, but you're right. A jelly bean is kind of just. I don't like putting beans in my mouth.
Yeah,
and just-
Starburst is the best you got because
Chewing
it's
on
just
beans.
it's the Starburst profile. But I'm a taffy guy, you know.
well, that's kind of a taffy, a little. bit,
No,
isn't
it's
it?
grainy. It's grainy.
It's more
sugary.
grainy, is it? Oh, it's got a shell,
It's
doesn't it?
jelly. It's a jelly bean, Mark.
Jelly bean.
I'm okay with the Starburst jelly
bad
beans,
name
but
for it.
everything else I'm not in on. Generic like drugstore jelly beans. No, thank you.
You know what sucks about like a Easter egg basket versus like a Halloween bag of candy is there's a lot of like confetti. There's a lot,
A lot of fluff. A lot of fluff in
There's
there.
a lot of
Yeah.
confetti in the.
What
in
is
the
that for?
basket.
Did big confetti get in on the holiday?
Well,
Like,
you
why
can't
do we
just
have
put
that
an
shit?
egg in a basket? It's got to be
Because you got to
sort
have
of
your pink grass because it's
in a
spring.
manger, if you will.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Jesus, you know.
I don't know. I actually, in general, hate pastel colors and therefore don't like aesthetically
Easter.
the Easter holiday. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I
It
get
kind
that
of reminds
kind
me of spring too, and I kind of hate spring a little bit.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a
got
lot
the color
precipitation.
scheme of
It's
it's got the
cold.
color scheme of like Southerners who are like, do you know who my dad is? It's like, yeah, we get it. All right, you got pink shorts and a pastel orange shirt on. I don't like it.
Not exactly sure where that's going. Hey, question to you guys:
Does he own
Are
a
you?
yacht? Is that where you're going?
No,
Nobody
he's-
knows somebody
A
that
boat?
does.
Yeah, okay.
A
He's at the
boat
yacht
for sure.
club.
He's got a boat, but he acts like it's a yacht. It's like that's just a fishing boat. It's like, yeah, but it's $100,000.
And
Like
it's all he
it
cares
shouldn't
about.
be. Yeah, that's all he talks about.
Easter question for you guys: Easter egg hunts. Are you indoor or outdoor? Which would you prefer?
I love to.
And
In
are you
and
the
out.
plastic egg or are you a real egg? Which one are you doing?
If I'm a 5-year-old, I want to see that trail lead me inside, outside. Like
You want both?
down the steps. I want outside too, for sure.
Historically, growing up, we were an indoor, our real decorated egg hiding. But whenever we did
Oh.
go to like
Hard-boiled
grandparents
eggs are
or like
different.
whenever we went to like a big family gathering, that's when it would move to a outside, those plastic eggs with treats inside kind of search. It was those weren't the real egg ones.
Well, now that we're melding like Megan's traditions and my family's traditions, we're kind of up in the air. But I also have very little conviction, so it'll probably be whatever she did is what Avery does.
Cameron, the best part of those Easter egg hunts was the thrill, right? The scavenger hunt of it all. Because then
Yeah,
you'd open it up and
I
it'd
don't-
still be 3 jelly beans.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's
the reward's not there. It's the chase.
Yeah, it's the chase.
I don't think there's anything
To
more
quote
than
Miley
like
Cyrus,
bragging.
it's the climb. It's not what you get on the top of the mountain.
I mean,
It's
for
the
our
climb.
family, I don't think there was anything more than bragging rights. Like there wasn't anything if you won. Like
Yeah, look,
it was
I
just
got 15.
Yeah,
you got 12.
who can find the most
no,
is all it
suck
really
it.
was.
I mean, for us, it was really just a hard-boiled egg on the inside.
True.
There might have
And
been
honestly,
money
in the
involved,
end,
I
it was
can't
more
remember.
just for me at the end. So it was me just being like, "Look at all the eggs I'm getting," while you guys were
Your
going
reward
half-ass.
was just protein.
Yep, just good. Just
Yeah, but then you get egg
it's
salad,
source
you
of
get
protein.
deviled eggs. That's the best part. You get those weird
Oh,
blue and
this
pink
is
deviled
unpopular.
eggs.
Don't like deviled eggs. Get them away from me. Gross.
Really? Do you like
That's
the
fair.
hard-boiled egg?
No, but when you fill it with
That
mayonnaise,
makes
I
sense
like it even less.
Makes sense.
I've grown to like be okay with hard-boiled eggs, but still, there's just a lot of mayonnaise in the deviled eggs. Not for me. I know that's unpopular. I understand people like them quite a bit.
Depends. I like some. I like a little kick to them.
You know what I want to? I've never tried like a British pub delicacy, the Scotch egg. It's like breaded and fried on the outside, but a soft-boiled egg on the inside, or hard-boiled.
Oh,
I've
so
not done
like
that.
a runny yolk still.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I bet that's good. Yeah, check it out.
I got
I've
Nicole-
never had
that
one.
seems like a Cadbury egg, does it not? You get a little like shot down your throat that you don't want.
For sure. But wouldn't it be awful if you have that real egg and it's like, what the hell is this in the middle? This gooey Oh, it's Cadbury.
This is yo.
It's Cadbury
in a
filling.
real egg if it was Cadbury.
Fucking
What is
Mr.
Cadbury filling? It's like, I think you know what it is.
I think I've been told though that the Cadbury cream in England and Europe is not as sweet and sugar filled as the American one, and it's much more palatable.
Oh, cool. Great.
Well, so take that as you will.
I've heard this about everything. Oh, you Americans put sugar in everything. Yeah, we fucking do. Shut up.
Why do I like a gusher though? Comparative.
Well,
Because
that's great.
that's
that a
like
ratio?
science. That's science I can get backed up on. There's nothing natural about it.
That might be
Nothing.
the best culturally American
chemistry.
treat. I don't know if it came from America and it's probably not even made here, but that's
That's a
just
good
a great
name
snack.
too for it, right? Isn't it?
I mean, it's pretty accurate.
Is that or squirters?
Yeah, and
I don't like
squirters
that.
got shot down almost immediately.
I mean, Gushers doesn't sound much better.
Yeah, but
No, it
Squirters is
doesn't
definitely the
actually.
NFL extreme version of it. You're like, I got Squirters at Aldi's. It's not as good, but it's still okay.
I would have called them maybe like flavor blasters. Let me think of something else.
It's totally like a Fairway brand, like Hillbilly Holler was Mountain
Yeah,
Dew.
yeah.
fruit pods.
I got
Squirters.
Squirters.
Fruit pods.
Gushies, maybe. Some Gushies, too close.
Fruit Pods is like the Costco brand.
Yeah.
I think it's still Kirkland's.
Yeah, it's
Kirkland's Gushers.
describing their
Kirkland's
filling.
Fruit
Really, it
Pods.
just sounds disgusting. No matter how you do it.
It does, but it makes sense in your mouth.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Taffy filled,
You're
fruit filled
obsessed with
taffy
the
balls.
taffy. We gotta get
Fruit
you off
filled
the
taffy balls.
It's not taffy. It's gum. It's gummy.
It's
gummy.
fruit by the foot. Fruit roll up material.
It's more gummy in the tummy than taffy in the tummy.
You know what's a sneaky kind of? It's called the licorice. It's that Australian like Waldebees or Wildebees or whatever.
hell
That
is
tastes
that?
like fruit by the foot. You never gotten this stuff?
I don't think so. Describe it.
Well, you
further
never
for
been
me.
to Bed Bath and Beyond?
Not in a while.
You know
Or
what I was getting
everywhere.
confused is fruit by the foot and fruit roll-ups, right? I mean,
One's
you name-
awesome and the other's okay.
I'm
Fruit by the
guessing
foot,
fruit by the foot's
awesome.
awesome. Fruit roll ups okay for you.
Fruit roll-ups,
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Have you been seeing this like trend going around on TikTok right now?
What they got tongue
Apparently,
tattoos
if
again?
You take, no, well, that was fucking sick. You take a roll of fruit roll-up and you put a little dollop of ice cream in it, and you wrap the fruit roll-up around.
Yeah, it's like a
the scoop
mochi
of ice
ball.
cream.
That's like a Japanese ice cream mochi ball.
Sure, but it turns almost crystalline. This gummy fruit roll-up. Just look it up. It's crazy. It looks awesome. Everyone's saying it's awesome when they try it.
Huh.
I want to try it.
Interesting. I might give it a go. I have ice cream. I did just straight up Neapolitan. I wanted
You
the
liked the one that you'd roll out and it almost goes down to the floor, and you'd go.
yeah fruit roll up.
Fruit.
Oh, fruit by the foot.
By the
rather.
foot.
Sorry.
See, it always.
What are you
gets-
rolling? It looks like you're holding up a jar of ice cream. What is that?
It actually looks like ketchup.
Yeah,
They're called Willy Wallabies. I believe they're
Oh.
Australian. They're classic red
I don't know if
licorice,
I've had
but they're
those.
good.
no, I'm
Guess
not.
I like
Veg-
them.
Vegemite?
They're really good.
Cameron?
No, it's the opposite of Vegemite. I'll tell you what I did as a kid. Take that fruit by the foot, the long version, roll up a couple gusher in there, pack it in like you got a big old dip, and just live. Just live. It was the best.
Those three are definitely candies you can combine into a wad. Yeah. I would argue that Skittles and Starburst could go together in a similar wad.
Yeah, you can wad it up. I'm just saying that's like artificial flavor overload, and it's mwah.
Did we
A
all have a
a
fate?
Skittles wad in your mouth though is It's hard to chew. A lot of saliva.
Yeah, you better
Not
have a
great to
good dental
big
plan.
Skittles wad.
Did we all have a phase as kids where for some reason you were just always daring a friend and going to the soda machine and getting a mixture of everything, maybe some Parmesan cheese, maybe some red pepper flakes in there?
Yeah, sure.
Why were we always ruining just drinks and making these dares? I did it all the
Because
time.
life is long and short, and you got to fill the time, and that's probably why people are listening to our
I
podcast.
definitely had like a
Here's
couple
the
year
answer.
period where I went like, hey, look at this. Down the line. And it was just all soda. It tastes like shit.
Suicide,
But I
right? The
definitely was the
tornado?
kid who was doing that.
I'll tell you what I do love to do, though. Doing a little high C and some Sprite, making your own just like carbonated fruit drink. I do love doing me some of that, especially when you get the orange in there. Surprise orange drink.
I can tell you the dumbest version of this dare I did as a kid just really backfired. And I guess in truth, I pretty much just maced myself. You guys know, it wasn't that strong, but you guys know the breath
mouth
freshener,
sprays?
yeah. Somebody's like, I dare you to do that to up your nose, and I did, and it really, really sucks. I was like,
Yeah, of course it fucking did.
I didn't realize it was going to be that bad. I understood there'd be consequences to my actions.
It's like cayenne
Just I
pepper to
didn't
the
know how
eye.
dark. Yeah, it was bad.
I think our
it
friend
was-
group wanted to compile a bunch of Skittles and Sprees and all those sort of dusty candies, and someone was gonna snort a line of that.
Oh, sure.
It's like,
yeah.
why? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, there was definitely replicating cocaine in different sugary. It's like snort it, see what it does.
Do you know what I thought were going to be
Makes you
way
gag.
bigger? Do you remember those? I mean, they still exist, but those Listerine gel dissolvey sheets. I feel like
I think they're still around.
yeah, they still are. But do you feel like I feel like everyone had them in the late '90s, early 2000s? It was like
I had my
it was like our
first
Dippin'
Listerine
Dots with
strip
space
for
ice
the
cream.
first time in maybe 15 years, 2 days ago.
What, you had one of those?
A coworker offered it to me. I was stunned.
What are those
I
gel
couldn't believe
dissolvey
it.
things? Right?
Yeah,
Huh?
I was like, I honestly, I was like, how do I pull this up?
You touch it, it just comes right off on your finger.
I couldn't believe what I just put in my mouth.
So you're
A Listerine strip. Yeah.
Those gel
They still
things that
exist.
dissolve. I'm gonna get some tomorrow. Fuck it. It's been
They're
years.
powerful.
you're much closer to the situation, but since you did so recently, the problem is, man, it packs a punch immediately,
Sure.
but it goes away so quick.
It's like
Right? It's
zebra
gone
strap
before you know it.
isn't it? Yeah.
And it gets
Like
a
juicy fruit.
And that right when it dissolves, that gummy feeling is real kind of gross. This is dissolving. It's not a nice dissolve
Like, actually, I could brush my teeth again right now.
with this.
I don't
with this
really
gel.
want this.
I got a question.
Sure.
When you go to an old-timey corner store, general store, or just a gas station, do you like their generic candy? If it's just here's our gas station licorice, here's our gas station XYZ.
Yeah, it
Oh,
depends.
like a 7-Eleven licorice or something?
yeah.
No free
I'm
ads.
in.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
what I'm sometimes a sucker for. Just those different colored hard candy sticks. It's essentially a candy cane, but it's different fruity flavors. You know what I'm talking about?
Candy cane without the hook.
Yeah, those
Much more
those
Gentile.
candy sticks. Yeah,
You know,
I'm
I
a
was
sucker for
always
that.
enticed by that. It reminds me of rock candy. Remember seeing that at Widener Drug or an
yeah.
ice cream shop? I never got one.
It's like broken up candy, right?
Because it's
tear up
sparkling.
your-
It's
like a
crystally.
broken lock.
How do you
Okay,
eat it?
I'm going to rephrase this. Mark, you're going to love this question. This is right up your alley of type of question. You get 3 items. You're making a
Yeah.
stop at a gas station. What are you grabbing?
On a road trip,
Road trip, yeah. Sorry.
you have to grab a drink and then 2 snacks. So
Yep.
Yep.
drink. I'm going probably at the time either a Snapple or a Sobe.
Yeah, wait. Are we going now or when are you saying when would I have to grab this?
Oh, now.
What would you like? Kids or now?
I'll give you mine right now. The biggest Arizona iced tea or some sort of big kind of refreshing
Cheap.
drink I can
$1.
find.
They're still doing that.
Yeah, or maybe even a big Gatorade, Powerade, something like that.
Blue Gatorade.
or but
I'm
maybe
taking
a
a blue
tea.
Gatorade.
I'm gonna get a Charleston Chew as my sweet treat. Just classic
What
vanilla.
flavor? Chocolate,
classic vanilla.
Oh, yeah, that's the best.
And
It
then
is.
I'm gonna get either some sort of Gardettos or Crunch and Munch or some sort of mixed bag treat.
You need salty and sweet.
Uh-huh.
Can't go wrong.
That's my 3 for current. Back in the day, it would have been Blue Jolt, bag of Skittles, and Doritos.
If this pick comes up, Jordan, if you pick what I'm thinking, I hope you don't pick, I will be disappointed. I want to hear your 3.
Okay, so as a kid, it was 100%, and it's pretty similar to as an adult. Because I'm not making reasonable decisions at a gas station
Don't say
on a
beef
road trip.
jerky.
Nope.
Too
I love
expensive.
a beef jerky. Love a beef jerky, but I can't drop $100, you know? I got to get gas nowadays.
Also smells real bad.
Oh yeah, it's rank.
It's a strong smell. It's a potent smell, that's for sure. But if somebody in the ride gets beef jerky, you're like, hey, can I get a little jerky? And they're like,
100%, and it's Chris Reimer, and I'm sorry because I'm always going to ask for a piece.
Well,
Okay,
you can't sneak opening a like once it's open, it's just wafts. You're like, hey, dude,
there it is.
I'll
I
take
don't want
like
to
you
get too
gotta
gross, but like either someone farted or there's a bag of beef jerky open.
right. Sorry,
I
Drew.
hope it's a jerky. I really hope it's a jerky. Okay, as a kid, Funyuns. 100%. That was my...
You were a
Loved
big
me some
Funyun
Funyuns.
guy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You loved 'em.
Can't go wrong with Funyuns. Loved it. Nibs and or Twizzler Pull and Peel.
He loves Twizzlers.
Not the family side. And then a drink. As a kid, I was probably going to go like Mountain Dew Cherry Coke.
Oh, I thought you'd go mug root beer or something randomly. You're a Barks.
I actually did do root beer a lot. Or blue Gatorade.
Okay.
Today, it's very similar. I'm doing like a Gatorade Zero. I'm still doing a Twizzlers. I can't do Funyuns anymore because it's like...
Do you like the pull and peel Twizzlers or
I like both.
the waxy?
I like both.
I rank it in this order.
The waxy
Pull and Peel's numero uno. Nibs, cherry nibs are number 2. Regular Twizzlers is number 4. Guess what came in third?
That Australian
That's
thing?
No, it's Red Vines.
Oh, yeah.
Those really jumped it. I love Red Vines.
He loves the old-timey candy. Do you and I always used to grab, or have my mom grab, rather, from Casey's?
Can't go wrong with Gardettos. I think it's the most universal snack.
When I was younger, I always used to grab just those little sleeves of hard sprees. I used to get sprees all the time. Now I just never do.
Yeah, you were a spree
choked
guy.
on one.
Yeah, I saved Mark's life one time. Factual.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I stopped.
You do the Heimlich?
Yeah, I did. Flew out of his mouth.
Ooh, I really hope I never
Towards
have to do
this
that.
I almost died once
bird.
on a, what are the caramels that old people have?
Werther's.
Werther's
I
original.
almost died on a Werther's original once. I was alone and I was laughing at something and just perfectly went in. And I remember like for 30 seconds I wasn't breathing and starting to really freak out, and then finally just hit it out of me. But I almost died.
Your typical like, oh, that kind of got caught up in the pipe. It's down there.
Yeah, it was in a bit.
Yeah, once it's in.
And it would have been
once
so
it's in, you're in
embarrassing
trouble.
for my family to come home and find a flamboyant, showy 10-year-old me, probably wearing a robe and a top hat, choked to death on a Werther's
wrapper on his
original.
tummy.
Oh, that's how I would have gone out.
Luckily, though, at the time, you wouldn't have been stuck on the DVD menu of what was embarrassing watching. It would have already been rewinded.
No, yeah, it would have been a
itself.
VHS. It would have ended, rewound, and then we could have
Yeah.
started over Steel Magnolias or something. You know?
I mean, it could have been Deep Blue Sea. You know, that would have been
true.
too bad.
That's pretty cool.
Recorded from HBO, Deep Blue Sea.
Funny enough, I was thinking about this earlier because
Hold on.
Yeah.
Mark, what's your go-to?
Oh, yeah, I need
we
your-
gotta
yeah,
know.
I need
The
your
people gotta
snacks.
know.
I do a chocolate. Cameron does. Instead of the Charleston, I'll do probably like a Reese's Fast Break.
I was about to say you're a Reese's Fast
Reese's
Break. You've been doing that for
Hardcore.
years.
The only thing with a chocolatey treat on a car ride is there's some melt factor.
Yeah, there's
There's a mess.
So is it melt factor or dust factor with something like a Dorito? You got to kind of weigh those options.
Either way, you're licking
Depends
your
on-
fingers, you know?
You're licking, yeah.
Grab a
You are.
napkin.
That's what pants are for. Give it a lick and move it on.
You got chocolate pants. I'll take a
I think-
Dorito dust, but you don't want chocolate smeared.
No. I'm saying you give yourself a lick, dry it off in the pants, and
Okay,
move
yeah.
about your business.
That's fair. That's a fair
Yeah.
move.
All right, so we've got a candy bar. You're thinking Reese's
Probably
packed
more
with
of a
stuff.
juicier drink, like a Snapple or a Arizona probably makes sense.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, like a pop like tends to flatten out pretty quickly on a trip like that.
And nowadays,
so-
just too sugary. If anything, I need something to actually hydrate, probably, you know?
even a bottle of water. Like I guess that's more now.
But we're on
I
tour
would
now.
never-
I do what I
I would
love
never
doing.
get a bottle
I
of water when I was
love
younger.
buying like the big gallons of water for my just car beverage when we're on tour. It's great.
Hell
Lasts forever.
I don't like bottles of water. I like filling my own water.
Jordan, I'm
or
getting
now I'm
jugs
hooked
of
on
water.
sparkling water.
Jugs of
Sorry, yeah.
So I'm
Jugs.
They're like, is your radiator broken? It's like, nope, this jug's for me.
I'm
I'll take a
thirsty.
sip and then I'll scrub my underarms and nutsack.
And
like
then
a
probably
hobo.
like a Sour Patch Kid or something.
Not my go-to. Not my favorite.
You two, if I remember, used to be as kids
Sour people.
sour kids.
Cameron, you like
Never-
trolleys? They're like the worms and the rings.
I'm
peach
not.
rings.
I'm
Don't
not as
you?
much. I'm not as much a gummy person. I'm more of a hard candy, if anything, like
Got it.
a long. What I can't. I can suck halfway through and then I bite. I have to chew. I
Oh,
can't.
so you don't love Jolly Ranchers?
No, they're not my favorite. Honestly, I'm more of like a spree, shock tart, sweet tart kind of guy. If anything, maybe.
Jolly Rancher outside of school hours, just a candy. Inside school hours as a kid, It's like tasting heaven. You're like, I can't believe there's something this good.
Yeah, that's like snuff or something. You just pop that in your mouth.
I know I've said this on
There it
multiple
is.
podcasts.
This is going to get me through the next 20 minutes.
But I'm gonna bring it
Don't
up
bite
again.
it. I'll lose a teeth.
If I'm a kid and I'm getting a haircut, I have a quarter. I like runts and I like the banana one, but I'll move on. I know I've said it a bunch.
No,
Pass.
don't zoom past that take.
Pass.
That's a horrible take.
Pass.
Banana
Artifi-
runt.
Yep.
Maybe the
Artificial
worst candy
banana
ever.
flavor is the grossest.
I like
It's
banana
just the
Laffy
worst.
Taffy, banana runts. Most banana flavored things except for popsicles. Only thing that's
There's
too gross.
banana popsicles?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes the yellow is banana or pineapple and it's not good.
Mark, what's a Mexican popsicle? What are those called? Platas? What are those called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. I bet that would be like if you went a banana route, which I wouldn't. That'd probably be the route. You wanted a little more real fruit.
Yeah, that'd probably be a better version. When's the last time you had fruit concentrate like Kool-Aid or like grape juice, like the frozen kind? That's another thing I feel like we got a lot as a kid, and then one day
I
it just
think.
stopped.
I mean, it still exists in the grocery store, but I don't think people do it as much.
Paletas, Jordan.
Paletas.
Cameron, no, good point. We always used to do the, what was it, like country?
Yep, country something.
Country
crock?
time.
Country crock,
Country time.
countryside. There are two options you're going with.
The concentrate lemonade that you could make out of that thing was immaculate in the summertime as a child.
Okay,
Wow,
you're
that stuff
getting
was good.
you're getting the frozen concentrate. Are you doing? Would you prefer grape juice, orange juice, apple juice?
Apple for.
I'm
just an apple juice.
I'm
guy.
gonna, I'm gonna say grape and then orange because I feel like weirdly the frozen pulpiness was kind of good.
You're not giving the
Way
right
better than
option.
the powder, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. As for
Oh,
those.
the powder is garbage. It's the cran grape. That was the best one. Or the apple cranberry. There was like mixture ones that were.
It was like a green can, I believe, with like an apple on it. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
That was
good.
one where it's at.
Next time I go to the store, I'm gonna get a bunch of sugary fruit concentrate.
You know what's going to happen? You're
I'm
like,
just gonna put it in
I
a cup
remember-
though, and I'm not
don't
gonna
you?
water it down.
Jesus. Get ready to stir for a long time.
Yeah, that's.
A lot of stirring.
I mean, you got to work for it if it's good, Jordan.
If you're worried about soda being sugary, watch the fuck out. Hey, you know what's funny? We all just drank High C. That is just corn syrup, right?
Yeah, for the most part. You know, I think all of it kind of is.
Sorry. Sunny D. Sunny D.
Country
I apologize.
time. lemonade, I'm
Oh,
looking up
country
here.
time. There we are. Thank you, Mark.
That looks like a barrel, yellow barrel.
You know, Sunny D,
Shiplap.
Kool-Aid's just full. It's all just full of sugar. Yeah, it was all terrible for us. But I still love a Sunny D. I would still have a Capri Sun right now.
I bought
It's-
a thing of Tang because of the commercial. I will say that's the
Go.
one. That's maybe the first time like marketing worked on me. I'm
And
like,
do
I
you
see
and I
the monkey drinking Tang. I want some Tang.
Do you know what I thought every time I drank Tang too? God, I wish this watered down orange juice was just real orange juice. This sucks.
but
Nah,
they
it
took
was
it to
fine.
space, man. Like you had to try
Speaking of taking to space, we're going back to the moon. Are you guys ready for that?
Yeah,
With
but
astronauts,
my God!
not like
Update.
SpaceX
I have a
bullshit.
big update, Jordan.
Yeah.
You know how you were angry about
Cameron's going to the moon.
You know how you were angry about the
I'm
new
cool.
spacesuits we said on a previous
Not
episode?
angry. I'm just saying
You were
I
furious.
prefer more classic. I wasn't. Go back, play the tapes.
Good news, those are tester colors. It will be the classic white with the red, white, and blue accoutrement on it. Those were just showing off, but it will have our classic coloration when we send it.
I don't want orange again.
Well, they'll still have probably
Hell
orange.
yeah.
That's a jumpsuit. That's an undersuit. That's not like the
Oh,
the
But I
outerwear.
saw designs that they were gonna like.
they're slim. You see, it's tighter.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just saying it just aesthetically like the classic look. You like Mark? What are the color rushes? The city.
Yeah,
You like
color-
uniforms like that?
yeah.
You like seeing the Celtics play in a gold uniform. I get it. You're just a little different than me. I like
Yeah,
green. I like white.
Exactly.
That's fine. That's fine. You're into the golds. That's cool.
That's fair. Should we wrap it up for this week? You guys have anything else to throw in quick?
Oh, Cameron, something to look into.
Uh huh.
This could get into a big discussion, but apparently the Great Pyramids
Mm-hmm.
could be just the points of long obelisks.
Yeah, no, they're
in the
not. I've been
ground.
seeing this. That's just someone drawing
Just
a
something
picture.
to keep your eye on. That's all I'm saying.
What's an obelisk?
Like the Washington
Like the
Monument,
Washington
just like a
Monument.
big long shaft, a phallic-looking
Listen,
tower.
guys, if we haven't figured it out by now, just let it be a mystery or dig more. I don't know what you want. There's not.
Start
you
digging.
You
then. What
haven't.
do we-
You haven't figured out there's something below it. I know
you.
that we were all just amazed that they're like, it's a hallway, but to what? It's like, what have you guys been doing the last fucking
Mark,
since the 20s?
To answer that, have you seen the picture that shows the Eastern Island heads on one side of the Earth, and then Stonehenge is the toes of those same heads on the other?
And then the Washington Monument
is
is the
his
dick.
penis. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen the
that's
picture.
Don't.
Someday on I'm Not Crazy, we'll do a deep dive on the pyramids because there are some weird things definitely with them. But
It's kind of like the Pulp Fiction of your podcast. I get it. You don't want to.
we'll get to them. It's
too
it's a
much.
big
Yeah.
one. Yeah, it's a big conspiracy.
It's a big one.
Well, on that note, everybody, thanks for checking out the Urban Hermit podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Hit us up on social media at Urban Hermit Pod. You can listen to the whole Majestic Jam network, Urban Hermit, Cold Classics, I'm Not Crazy, the Highwire podcast. Thanks for checking us out. We'll check you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.